Okay, this is going to be 2 videos because I was trying not to have a frozen screen anymore. I forgot to turn the sound down. It makes it sound like a doorbell, so now my dog's going crazy. I apologize. Anyway, we're going to keep going. So I may have made this recommendation last time, but you can still be in the vortex and listening to music. So if you can focus on the music, or if the music relaxes you and you can stay out of the vortex listening to music, music is fine to go to sleep with. But the spoken word can be better because it activates a different part of your mind and keeps your mind in a different place. So if there is, a book on tape that you can listen to, or a podcast that is, relaxing for some reason, or anybody's voice that's particularly relaxing, I don't know, maybe there's some place where Morgan Freeman actually reads the phone book. I don't know. That would probably be good for me. I would like that. Maybe I'll look for it. Another recommendation that I would make actually is a guy named Tom Kenyon. Okay, so if you look up Tom Kenyon, he has been researching brainwaves for a long time and their relationship to sound, and the relationship of sound to brainwaves. So another thing that you can do is to look up Tom Kenyon. You can find him on iTunes, and there's something called Sweet Delta. I believe that's the one. But look through, and I believe it's Sweet Delta, and it's about a 15-minute recording. It starts off with the sound of water, like I have behind me, and then it goes into some other odd sounds. I mean, it is a little odd, like whaley sounds, whale call sounds, and some other sounds. He apparently has some amazing, 7-octave voice or something, and most of the most of the weird sounds are actually made by him. But this is all researched with brainwaves, and I use this when I'm really struggling to sleep. I will put Tom Kenyon on, and it helps. It does help, and particularly if I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And speaking of waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, if you do wake up in the middle of the night, try first to see if you can turn over and go back to sleep. If you can't, then keep a piece of paper and a pen right by your bed, and if you can, without getting out of bed, write down what it is that's in your head. What is it? What's going on in your head that you can't fall back asleep? Just make a list. And sometimes, again, that allows you to get it out of your head and put it somewhere else, so that you won't forget to do something in the morning or whatever it is. And then you can relax. Your brain can shut off and you can go back to sleep. And then if you really can't sleep, it's I have certainly seen it written, the suggestion that you just go ahead and get out of bed for 30 minutes and read a book or something and then go back. But try the list first. And then I've saved the potentially most unique option for last. And that is the nada. Okay, so if you look up the nada is the internal sound of your own vibration, okay? And here in the Western world, Western medicine calls this tinnitus. And granted, if you're a survivor of like if a bomb went off near you or something, that there can be, there can be damage to your ears, to your eardrums. And in which case there might be a certain amount of ringing in your ears, which is different and which is painful. But most of us don't have that. And most of us have a sound, an internal sound that we can hear. And it's unique. Everybody's is different. Some sound kind of like, it does sound kind of like an airplane engine sometimes. Some people will hear almost like singing. Some people it sounds like whooshing, like air rushing. If you can find that sound, that is an excellent way to help you relax and or fall asleep. And I suggest the way that you find it is to simply be silent and listen for what you may have considered to be ringing in your ears before, and see if you can hear it. And if you listen to it, you will notice that it shifts very subtly, that there are shifts in tone. It moves around. And the more that you can focus on it, the more helpful it is in getting you to relax and or fall asleep. And if you're having trouble finding it, try to have one sort of ambient sound behind you, like the sound of water, running, and try not to focus too hard on trying to find it, because sometimes if we try really, really, really hard to do something, it's hard to do, right? Especially something very subtle. And if you're having trouble doing this, because I teach a whole class on doing this, but I'm just suggesting for those of you that can hear it, that can find it, it is really, really helpful in terms of relaxing. Okay. So I think I've probably given you enough things to think about, right? One obvious one too, that I'll throw out there is make sure your bedroom is comfortable and that you have a comfortable bed and pillows that you like and that it's a restful place for you. I would also suggest, and though I do this, so I'm maybe saying do as I say and not as I do, or do as I suggest or invite, not as I do. Not using your bedroom for anything other than sleeping and or fun time. Because working in your bedroom can then give your bedroom another purpose, which might not be conducive to sleep, let's say. Okay. So make sure your bedroom is a comfortable place that's restful for you. And if you find that there's lots of extra creatures in your bed and that is difficult, for instance, if you have a dog who makes a lot of noise or moves around a lot, or a child that moves around a lot and makes a lot of noise and wakes you up, that might be something to think about. I know that's not an easy thing to change, but I'm just suggesting that it might be interfering with your sleep, and your sleep is really important. So I'm just inviting you to think about that, if that's you. So you're going to pick a regular time to go to bed and a general time to get up. You're going to dump the screens if you can, right? You're going to listen to either the spoken word, or maybe go find Tom Kenyon if you're interested in that and he doesn't offend you and the weird sounds aren't too crazy for you. You're going to pick a time to worry. You're maybe not going to watch the news so much. Pick a time to watch the news. Maybe that and your worry time can be together, and then you can just get rid of all of it at once. Maybe take a walk in between or something. Some deep breathing while you're watching the news. That might be good. Yeah. So good luck. Let me know how it goes. And I guess I'll probably see you tomorrow. Mwah!